Welcome to AutoSens, the world's leading community for ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development. We create best-in-class events, training, and information for the purpose of connecting the global community of engineers, scientists, and other automotive industry experts. We are joined today by Dr. Bruno Sanguinetti, co-founder and CTO of Dot Photon. And Bruno, thank you for being with us here at AutoSens.
It's great to meet you, Carl. Thanks for having me.
Indeed. And Bruno, this is your first time with us at AutoSens. So tell us, why have you decided to present and be part of AutoSens?
So our main product, Jetraw, is a hardware and software image compressor for AI and critical applications. So these applications have been growing, as I'm sure you're aware, really, really fast in the last couple of years. And companies have been going from small projects to larger projects and maybe even to large-scale production. And in those situations, you're dealing with tens of terabytes per day per car. And say a data set for training or testing can be hundreds of petabytes. And so, of course, their image compression, high quality image compression is very, very important. But in the last couple of years specifically, we have worked with automotive companies to bring this product to this market. And now we feel it's mature enough to make an impact there. And also it's needed.
Bruno, in regards to Jetraw compression, what benefit does that bring to these automotive companies like Tier 1s and OEMs?
So, of course, it sounds very trivial, but lots of customers come to us just to reduce costs. So that's a main reason. So they want to reduce costs, but at the same time, they don't want to lose image quality. And so this is a specificity of our image compressor, that you can have a very high compression ratio, but you can give very specific guarantees about how reliable the image quality will be. So you get the advantages of, say, lossless compressor, which is very simple to put into place. You don't have to worry that anything changes in your pipelines. And at the same time, you get a very high compression ratio that makes everything faster and also much less expensive. With compression, you gain two things. First of all, you gain capacity. So it means like on the same system, you can store way more data. So if you went from a 2 megapixel sensor to an 8 megapixel sensor, well, you can use the system you've got, but also you increased throughput. So like when you load a megabyte now, it's a lot more data. And so you can use more affordable systems to address your next generation of machine learning. So that's another big advantage. So in practice, yes. So I would say the bottom line, many people come because instead of spending 10 million, they can spend 1 million, and then they say, okay, if it's easy enough, we'll go for it. We do also get some more side interest. For example, suppose you want to send images through a 5G connection and on low latency. So you want within maybe 10 milliseconds, you want to send your image to a machine learning model in the cloud and get a result. So of course, if that image is smaller, that will be a lot faster. So we get this interest. We had also interest in, for example, reducing the weight of cables. So like cabling in a car is very important. And also if you can reduce the weight of that, then it's great. Or actually like another interesting case is for Formula One. So there, because it's very competitive and you want to have very fast engineering cycles, what you want to do is to speed up those engineering cycles from data collection to engineering feedback. And so if it takes you 1 day to upload the data, or if it takes you 1 hour, of course, you can speed that up very much. This is one of the reasons.
Bruno, the things that we're discussing here, cost, performance, time, all of these things are important to our AutoSens attendees and viewers. So let's talk about what you'll be showcasing at AutoSens September 19th through the 21st at the Auto World Museum.
We are showcasing a hardware compressor, so that works on a field programmable gate array as a little chip. So we'll have a camera there, and we'll show very simply, it's a very simple example. As we turn on the compressor on the camera, then your data rate from the camera to the computer is a lot faster. So this is just a very visual feeling, because when you say, well, we can have a 5 times compressor, well, it sounds good, right? But when you see a video at 2 frames per second or 10 frames per second, then you get a very strong feeling of what effect this has.
We're speaking with Dr. Bruno Sanguinetti, co-founder and CTO of Photon. Bruno, we've talked about this now in so many words, again, going back to the cost reduction, the performance enhancements, the efficiency, but how else is your compression maybe different from the existing solutions that are on the market right now?
Most images are digital images taken from CMOS sensors. And also they're analyzed by algorithms, not by humans anymore. So what we've done is we engineered our compressor such that an image is not just a picture, it's a measurement. And it gives you reliable results as any measurement would have to give. So we call it metrologically correct. So it means that also, like if you change sensors from one to the other, you have all the metadata in there that is right to give you the correct result with any type of sensors. It also allows you to achieve the reliability that you would have with a normal raw image from your sensor on compressed images. So this is the main engineering difference. And of course, the practical difference that this gives you is that you get the very high compression ratio. So between 5x and 10x compression ratio, you get very, very fast performance. So typically we beat other systems by a factor of 2 to 4 in terms of speed, which means that you can get the throughput, because many people get the compression not just for the capacity, but also to get this higher throughput over very fast networks.
Bruno, we've spent the majority of our time here talking about compression, but just to make sure that we don't forget anything, are there any other solutions that you offer beyond compression?
Actually, yes, there are. So we've been working in compression for a while. People buy our compression because they want reliability of machine learning systems. So we've been participating in standardization bodies of how do you qualify a machine learning system to be reliable? How do you make sure that a specific image will give you a reliable result with that specific model? And so we have needed this in order to design our compressor, but it's useful in many other applications. So, for example, suppose you want to know what is the maximum temperature of your camera that will give you reliable results for your autonomous vehicle. So what we can do is we can take an image sequence, we can emulate, well, how would that exact image sequence look like at 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 degrees. And then you can run that through your machine learning system, and you will see, does it still work? What is the maximum temperature that is tolerable? Does it work to spec or not? And we can do this with different parameters, so like temperature, illumination, resolution.
We're speaking with Dr. Bruno Sanguinetti, co-founder and CTO of Photon, reducing cost and maximizing performance and efficiency. Bruno, thank you for being with us today, sharing your expertise and your thought leadership. We look forward to the opportunity to sit down and do this again one day here real soon in the near future. But until then, thank you for being with us, and safe travels to Brussels.
Thank you very much, Carl. It's been a real pleasure. See you soon.
For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to the AutoSens YouTube channel and follow AutoSens on LinkedIn. For more information on our world-class events, visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. In Detroit, on behalf of AutoSens, I'm Carl Anthony.